My name is Brandon Parker. I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I have a girlfriend, her name is Deja. We share 4 beautiful children together. Living in Camden as a kid, I grew up there in the 90s. And, like most cities in the 90s, drugs was real big. Walked to school every day. Either I walked over, someone ODing or a kid getting hit by a car crossing the street, What my children experience is something I experienced growing up, and that's something I never wanted to happen. Like for me, it felt as though I was repeating a cycle. And that's what happens a lot in Camden itself. It's a lot of cycles that's being repeated. There are people in that city that doesn't deserve to live the way they live, as far as being in poverty. We had a house at one point in time, 2018. I'm at work, I get a phone call from my neighbor. We had a house fire, and this is where our displacement started. So that left us in a hole. So when it came time to, looking for another home, I'll say for about a year and a half, if that's from staying in hotel rooms, and money started depleting more and more and more. Then it got to the point to where, are we paying for a hotel room tonight, or are we gonna pay for food? We slept in the U-Haul for, I'm saying 2 weeks. Cold, it was cold. All I can say, the time in the U-Haul brought us more together, I believe, as a family. If we can withstand this struggle right here, and maintain and make it without breaking, without coming at each other's necks, we can make it through anything. After a while, we called all the programs we could call. A lot of doors was closed in our faces. The thing I really took out of it was the accountability. This is a transitional house. This is not permanent. The only way this is gonna work, if you put in the work as well. The thing I really do love about the program is the fact that you're meeting people, you're talking with people that's not looking down on you, that's really truly there to help. And the biggest thing I can take from that program, from Family Promise, is the promise part. They kept their word, they kept to their promise. It's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to have these type of homes for families such as myself, such as, John, Joe, and Jane Doe.
That first couple years, we were into this big toy drive, and then we branched off into a house. And then we quickly believed that every child deserves toys at Christmas and also a home to spend it in. Definitely around the holidays, those two tie in together. But my vision, now that we've been doing this a couple years, is seeing the families, meeting the families, my kids going to these houses, setting up the playrooms, and to hear their stories and to see all the families that have been helped over the years. We want to expand this program. It's a really good program to get people back on their feet. So seeing this house right in our own hometown for the last year has really inspired us to build our very first George's House right here in Gloucester County. We have a $50,000 head start, and I feel that if we own that house versus a church property that this program is allowed to use, is going to be huge. For us to be able to have our own home that we can furnish, we can put toys in, and we can have, quite honestly, probably 3-4 families a year go through that house and get back on their feet. That's something, if we can accomplish that, that's huge.
For my family and I, we would like to thank the supporters of George's House for their support, as well as their help for families like mine and many other families out there.